May had been hauling water from the creek to Mrs. Henderson's laundry when the unbearable Texas heat drove her to take a shortcut through the scrubland at the edge of Bitter Springs. At 17, she had learned to gauge exactly how much exertion she could manage before the sun became actively dangerous, and she was approaching that limit when she heard it, a sound so faint she almost dismissed it as wind through the sparse vegetation. But something made her stop and listen more carefully. And there it was again, a rasping breath that could only come from something alive and suffering. She found him in a shallow ravine, barely visible among the rocks and dried brush, an Apache warrior who looked to be in his late 20s, his traditional clothing torn and sun-bleached, his wrists and ankles bound with iron chains staked deep into the hardpan earth. His lips were cracked and bleeding, his skin burned beyond recognition, and his eyes had the glazed look of someone who had already accepted death and was simply waiting for it to finish its work. May stood frozen, her water bucket suddenly feeling impossibly heavy in her hands, while her mind raced through the implications of what she was witnessing. This was clearly the work of bounty. Hunters, men who captured Apache, warriors for the fees paid by the military and by settlements eager to demonstrate they were handling the Indian problem. May had seen such men in Bitter Springs, rough characters who boasted in the saloon about their captures while spending their blood money on whiskey and cards. The chains meant this warrior had been left deliberately to die, probably after refusing to cooperate with interrogation, or perhaps simply because the bounty hunters had decided he was more trouble than the reward was worth. Either way, someone had condemned him to one of the most terrible deaths